It's not just science fiction, it's spy-fi. Think James Bond or Mission Impossible, with a healthy dose of Austin Powers or Maxwell Smart. Dashing secret agents infiltrating the underwater lair of a notorious supervillain, leather-clad ninjas dodging bullets from a squad of killer robots, a highly trained strike force fighting off the alien menace. That's the genre of 7TV, from game company Crooked Dice. But 7TV is not just the name of the game, it's the name of a fictional television studio that produced hit shows like The Man from 2000 and Department X. So when you're playing a game with 7TV, you're actually filming an episode for the 7TV lineup. All games feature the heroes facing off against the villains, and each player controls a single star, a single co-star, and a handful of extras. Our videos aim to show you some models, a few turns, to give you a feel for the game. It's not a review, nor is it a detailed deconstruction of the rulebook. Let's start by introducing the casts. First, the villains. They are led by an evil mastermind, shown here being held by a fat bald guy. His co-star is an inhuman servitor robot. Look at those blank eyes. At his disposal are a squad of minions, led by their commander. We've chosen to arm the minions with rifles instead of the other options, pistols or SMGs. Their evil mastermind has the power of endless subordinates, allowing him to bring back minions after they've been eliminated. So he will not hesitate to throw them into harm's way. They look like they don't know about that rule. Starring for the heroes, we have the impossibly cool secret agent and his co-star, the crackpot inventor. He's flanked by a stealthy pair of red ninjas. Red is the new black. Lastly, the backbone of the heroes is the nameless security guards. One of them will take the role of sniper and be armed with a rifle, while the others will carry pistols. Let's take a deeper look at a single character. Each cast member has a card very similar to this one. The top half contains the most frequently used stats. The fight stat is used for melee combat. The shoot stat is used for range combat. The defense stat is used to defend against melee and ranged attack. Other game situations might require tests of your mind, body, and spirit. For example, a medic healing another character will use his mind stat. A star rallying her forces on the brink of defeat will use her spirit stat. Next are cast members' star qualities and special effects. These are described in full on the back of the card. More on these as we show the gameplay. Some require plot points, the game's currency to use, while others are just in effect at all times. Each character can use one fight ability and one ranged weapon. The strike value for fighting is the fight stat added to the body stat. The strike value for the weapon incorporates the shoot stat plus a specific power for the weapon. At the bottom of the card we have the ratings value of this character. We are playing a 50 ratings game, so the mastermind takes up 10 of those 50 points. Extras in the cast typically have 1 health point, but stars and co-stars can take multiple wounds before being eliminated. Lastly, each character card lists the genres suitable for this character. In the mastermind's case, he can be used in a cast within the crime, military, and secret genres. Okay, before we start playing, let's see what we'll be fighting for. On an alien world, an evil mastermind has developed a power source beyond anything our world has ever imagined. If perfected, this energy source could be used to create weapons of mind-boggling destructive power and smartphone batteries that could last for several days. It's simply too much power for an evil mind to have to himself. These scatter terrain and buildings are from the Antenosity's workshop. Here are the forces deployed on the table. Villains are given the top 10 inches to deploy. We see their 5 minions, the minion commander, and the star, and the co-star. Heroes are given the bottom 10 inches. We see their guards and ninjas. Note, the ninjas have the spy trait. They can set up anywhere on the board as long as they are 12 inches from another friendly non-spy. The hero secret agent is also a spy. Games of 7TV feature objectives that provide valuable plot points if obtained. We've created 5 objectives. First and foremost is the power generator in the center of the table. Next is the armory, guns. Enough said. Third is the Mastermind Servitor Model 2.0, which has just arrived in a crate. He's going to want this objective. Let's just call this foreshadowing. Fourth, it's rumored that Angel, owner of the only tavern on the planet and resident of this apartment over the bar, has a file of incriminating photos of our hero. Use your imagination. The final objective is the Mastermind's getaway rover, because when it goes south, he will make a run for it. It wouldn't be Spy-Fi without gadgets. Each side draws cards from the gadget deck. 1 gadget for each star and co-star, plus an extra gadget for any cast member with the gadget keyword. You draw twice that number and keep half. The villains will have 3 gadgets and the heroes will have 4. A deck of countdown cards adds a touch of chaos to the game and also acts as the game timer. The countdown deck has 6 Act 1 cards on top of 6 Act 2 cards on top of 6 finale cards. A card is flipped at the start of each turn. The game ends when the deck runs out. Alright, our heroes and villains want to start moving and shooting, but first we need to determine initiative. Each side takes their cast member with the highest mind stat and adds a die roll. Highest roll will go first. The other side is awarded 2 plot points. The heroes will go first. They will have 6 plot points for their first turn, 2 from their star, 1 from their co-star, and a half from each extra. Each turn is divided into a countdown phase, action phase, and an end phase. For the countdown phase, the phasing player flips a card and follows its instructions. For turn 1, the heroes get to knock down an opposing figure. They choose to knock down the minion, which is closest to the Servitor 2.0 objective. Next, the hero will spend plot points to activate models. Each activated model can perform 2 actions, which includes moving, fighting, and other special actions. Models cannot shoot twice unless they carry a weapon that allows 2 shots, such as a pistol. The hero player chooses to activate his sniper first. He moves into better firing position. Next, the secret agent moves, grabs the objective near him. Grabbing an objective is an action, but it does immediately net the side 2 plot points. So the heroes have spent 2 plot points to activate models, but gained 2 more. They have 6 left to spend. Another guard moves twice toward the center of the table. On the other side of the table, the 2 guards and the inventor each spend a plot point to activate. They each move twice. With 2 plot points remaining, the heroes could activate the ninjas, spend the plot points on a star quality ability, or just save them. Plot points never go away. The ninjas cannot be shot at in turn 1 or 2 due to their spy ability, so the heroes elect to save the plot points for the future. On to turn 2. The villains still have 2 plot points from losing initiative, and they now receive 6 plot points, 2 from their star, 1 from their co-star, 1 half from each minion. First, they draw a countdown card. They roll a 6 and remove the log in front of the ninja. The ninja is now exposed, but still cannot be shot at this turn, foreshadowing again. A big advantage for the villains is that they have several ways to activate models without spending plot points. First, they will double move the servitor. Because the robot has the loner trait, it can activate for free if it's 5 inches away from all other models. Next, the villains spend 1 plot point to activate the minion commander. With his leader ability, he can spend half a plot point to activate nearby minions. He spends 2 to activate his 3 squaddies. The minion knocked down in turn 1 must use an action to stand up. Then each minion can move to a strategic position. So the villains have spent 3 plot points to activate 5 cast members. Continuing with this efficiency, the evil Mastermind activates by spending 1 plot point. He then uses his Leader 2 ability to activate 2 nearby minions for free. The minions move into striking distance. Now, with 4 plot points left, the villains unleash their first evil scheme. Once per game, during the turn's end phase, a side can seize the initiative and take a second turn in a row. It's an abbreviated turn. They only gain plot points from their star and co-star, but with 4 plot points left over from an efficient first turn, the villains will have a total of 7 plot points to spend. The heroes take a collective gulp. Turn 3 starts with the villains turning over a countdown card. They choose to mark the sniper. He will not be able to activate next turn. First, the minion commander on the right flank will spend 3 plot points, as he did last turn, to activate himself and his squad. The kneeling minion moves into contact with the crate. He will not be able to climb it this turn because it's an obstacle, but next turn he plans to grab the objective. The next minion will take an aimed shot at the suddenly unobstructed ninja. Where did that log disappear to? The distance of 8 inches is within the range of his 24-inch range rifle. First, the ninja rolls for her defense. Her base defense is a 10. She gets to add 1d6 to this number. The attacker will add a d6 to his attack, which is 7. 6 plus 1 for using 2 actions to make his attack an aimed attack. Hoping to survive her turn out in the open, the ninja elects to spend a plot point to roll an extra die. Any number of plot points can be spent this way. The highest die roll is used, plus any other die that rolls a 4 or higher adds 1 to the total. She rolls a 4 and a 3 for a defense total of 14. The dejected minion now realizes he needs to roll an 8 on a 6-sided die to beat 14. He can either add dice to his roll or accept a miss. He elects to accept the miss. The next minion takes aim at the cagey ninja. The ninja again spends a plot point to add a die. She rolls a 2 and a 3, giving her a defense total of 13. Sensing an opening, the minion spends 2 plot points to add 2 dice. He rolls a 6, 4, and a 2. Starting from 6, he adds 1 for aiming, 6 for his highest die, and 1 for rolling 4 or more on another die. His total is 14. Hit, and the 1 health ninja is eliminated. It's worth noting that had the ninja been behind the soft cover of the log, where did that log go? She would have survived that shot. The villains have spent 5 plot points and have just 2 left. The Mastermind spends 1 plot point to activate himself and his 2 nearby minions with his leader ability. The minions both take aim shot at the blonde ninja, but cannot penetrate the soft cover. Both shots miss. The villains decide to save the remaining 1 plot point. In a battle to destroy enemy units, the villains have an early lead. They are also inching closer to several objectives. Turn 4 starts with a countdown card. The beleaguered heroes can definitely use an extra shot or fight action. Despite losing a brunette ninja, the heroes still get 6 plot points, as the actual total of 5.5 is rounded up. To save some plot points, the heroes use their clothing brush communicator to get a free activation. Only stars and co-stars with the gadget keyword can use a gadget, but it's generally a free action. Our resilient blonde ninja needs to fight or run. Ninjas don't run. She decides to charge the evil robot. In order to cover the distance, she'll have to leap the log. That requires a body test. Let's look at stat tests. Possessing an average body stat of 3, she'll have to roll a 5 or more. She spends 1 plot point to get an extra die and rolls a 1 and a 5. What a star. I sense a spin-off in her future. Since she has moved and is now in base contact with the nefarious automaton, her movement qualifies as a charge action. Charging gets you a free fight action. The corrupt android decides to spend the last villainous plot point to help his defense. It rolls 2 4s, yielding a total defense of 14. Clutch. But the ninja knows several martial arts. She spends 2 plot points, you only live once, and rolls a super clutch 5, 4, and 3. 9 plus 5 plus 1 equals 15. That's 1 hit to the malicious bot. With her second action, she fights again. The villains have no plot points left, so a weak roll of 2 yields a defense total of 11. Time to run the Goodbye World program. The ninja spends 2 more plot points. She rolls 1, 2, and 3, a total of 12. Mr. Roboto is no more. That kill nets the heroes 2 plot points, because the servitor is a co-star with a health of 2. Why stop now? She's on a roll. Turning to the nearest minion, she uses the free shoot from the countdown card to spin a shuriken in his direction. The minion rolls a 3. Added to his defense of 8 gives a total of 11, not too shabby. The crazed ninja spends 1 heroic plot point to add an extra die, rolls a 2 and a 4 for an attack of 12. Nasty. Exhausted from just watching that ninja attack, the heroes choose to save the remaining 2 plot points, and the villains will get a chance for revenge in turn 5. That concludes our look at 7TV. With aliens, meddling kids, cops, vehicles, more heroes and villains to choose from, your imagination is the only limit to 7TV episodes you can create. We strongly recommend you grab a starter box and start filming.